Gary Streisky, Randy Scott back with you at SportsCenter AM on a Saturday morning. Tatum time at the Garden on a Friday night, making his season debut, coming off the torn Achilles. This is how the fans greeted him in Boston. Oh, it must be cold in here. I got all the goosebumps. Hold on one second. And then Tatum started out the game.
Breath a little bit.
He might have two. 5 points, 5 dimes, 5 rebounds in the first half. 55 hot dogs, 55 cheeseburgers, 55 french fries. I think you should leave. Tatum, are you just here on? Come on. As now a member of the Mavericks to cheer on his guy. A member of our squad, NBA analyst Quentin Richardson back with us in studio. Okay, you see a good team get better with the addition of a good player, perhaps their best player when he's healthiest. What is the ceiling of this Celtics team now that Tatum is back in the fold looking like that?
Man, I think obviously you got to get them a look that they can compete for a championship. I mean, Jaylen Brown has done a great job holding the fort. The whole team has done great with Tatum being out. Come back at this high of a level. I was not expecting him to have 15, 12, and 7. I was expecting him to come out, get his feet wet, you know, make a couple shots, but not a game like that. That was almost a triple-double after Achilles tear. That's incredible.
Right behind the Celtics, who have won.
Round of applause showering Jayson Tatum, playing his first competitive basketball game in 10 months. Pritchard over Washington. Tatum, welcome back.
Started off 0 of 6, made his last 5 shots. See the rhythm coming back, and more importantly, Jones, you can see the confidence coming back.
Tatum for 3. Butter. TD Garden. Your Quasar has returned.
Jayson Tatum is back and the Celtics are rolling. Q Rich is back in studio with us. We're going to play a different game with Quentin Richardson. Threes and Qs, basically multiple choice with our 2005 NBA three-point contest champion. That would be Q Rich, not you, Kyle Korver. All right, we're going to play where we ask you a question. We give you 3 options, so it's essentially multiple choice. The first question, who has the best duo? Who had the best duo on the court last night? Was it Brown and Tatum, Jokic and Murray, or Brunson and Cat?
Oddly enough, I got to go with Brown and Tatum. In Tatum's first game back, Tatum looked unbelievable. 15, 12, and 7. And take it from me, somebody who's been in the league, had a long-time injury I had to be out and come back from, that was an amazing game. For him to be able to come back in his first game back and put up those type of numbers, and he didn't really look winded. That was the one thing I was looking for that maybe will happen, but his conditioning looked good. They looked great last night. I like them as the best duo last night.
For a team that's really clicking on all cylinders already in the Boston Celtics, and obviously he's just going to integrate pretty seamlessly. This one seems kind of unfair to ask because it's like steak, lobster, steak and lobster. Who has the brightest future of these 3 right here?
Oh, man.
19-year-old Cooper Flagg, 22-year-old Wemby, 24-year-old Anthony Edwards.
It's like you said, you can't go wrong here. I think all 3 of them have incredible futures coming up, but if I have to choose, I'm choosing Ant-Man. He's my type of player. He's like, when you look at him, the mannerisms, the trash talking, the way that he plays the game, he plays like where I'm from. I'm from Chicago, inner city. He reminds me of guys that played the way I was growing up. And I love his bravado. I love the way he walk it like he talk it. And I'm choosing Ant-Man.
He does plenty of talk it, too.
No friends on the court. Early 2000s. Everybody disliked each other.
He's woofing at his own coach. He's like, hold on, you don't have me in here to pass the basketball. Let's go old heads.
Okay.
Who is the best, Q Rich, old head left in the game? Is it LeBron? Is it KD? Or is it James Harden?
Again, all 3 of these dudes are doing big-time things still, but I'm going to go with KD. He's the ageless wonder. I feel like if he didn't miss those couple games, the couple seasons with injury, he'd be on LeBron's heels for trying to take out the all-time leading scorer. But, he's just timeless. And I think he talks about it all the time. He loves to play the game. He's a true hooper, and you can just see it out there. The guy's amazing.
How much of an old head does it make all of us feel that now we're putting those guys into old head category? Actually, they've been on status for a while. Speaking of some old video, QR going to be back next block to talk about a big matchup in Warriors Thunder. But
there it is.
05 from Denver. There it is.
I like this visual.
The sweet
hair back there. Look at the hair. Look at the hair, y'all.
You remember the final round score?
I think it was, 27? 23?
Come on, man.
Something like that. I know I hit the last 9 straight.
I know I didn't see many misses.
Yeah, I know I hit the last 9 straight. And the big Diesel was behind me going, Jakob, all 9 of them. I'll never forget that.
Hey, where's the trophy at, by the way?
In my office. Every time I'm on, it's right behind me, right there. The headband is still on there, too.
Come on, let's go.
We got to look for it next time. Q Rich, more from him later in the show.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Mine. I thought he played with a sense of gratitude, a sense of perspective. I thought he played with a sense of freedom of, I'm here, I've accepted this, I'm grateful for this, and how can I continue to grow and get better, but also be myself. I think, we cannot have a lesser version of him. And so I thought I just kind of saw a good balance.
Obviously, it's great having JT back. You know, I commend him. Being able to, put himself on the line a little bit to come back and be a part of something bigger. I think that is his mentality. So I appreciate that. I know the organization appreciates that because he didn't have to, and nobody put pressure on him, but he wanted to be out there. So I think it's commendable.
Well, Michael Malone caught this game courtside as he called the game for us on ESPN, joining us now. Michael, let me ask you this. As a coach, you have a superstar coming back after a long layoff. What are you hoping to learn in this game in terms of what that player can give you that you couldn't figure out in practice alone?
Well, really, for me, it'd be more important just get him out there and help him find that rhythm, that confidence. You could see in that first half before he got that tip dunk, there was some hesitation by Jayson Tatum.
Yeah.
He talked to George Sedano after the game. He had a lot of doubts on those 298 days leading up to tonight. So if I'm a head coach like Joe Mazzulla, I'm supporting him, I'm empowering him, I'm putting him out there. And all of his teammates, you could tell, they wanted to make sure he felt comfortable. Once he saw that first basket go through, there was a relief, and from that point on, he wound up having an outstanding night in his first game back.
So I guess my question is, it's a matter of balance the rest of the way through. The Celtics are obviously the second in the East. They want to maintain the level of play that they've had previously. Now they get to add Tatum to it. But now it's a matter of keeping Tatum safe because he wants to go out there and do the things that he wants to do because he's been sitting out for 298 days. How do you find the happy medium to keep all parties happy?
Well, if you want to win big, like when we won a championship in Denver, you need sacrifice, right? Everybody wants theirs, but they've won a championship. This core group with Joe Mazzulla, they won a championship in 2024. They understand that in order for them to do that again, they need what Jayson Tatum brings. He was first team all did tonight. Anytime he took Jayson Tatum out of the game, that was an opportunity to, if you want to win big in any sport, you need everybody contributing, and you got to check the egos at the door and be truly selfless in everything that you do.
And that's the thing. This team has gone through that before because they won a championship with those two guys out there. They know how to get it done. It's just been a while. Michael Malone, appreciate the perspective as always.
Okay, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
The Tatum news is obviously good, but not everything in his return game was great for the Celtics. Nikola Vucevic, their newly acquired big man, has now a broken finger. It happened early in this one. It's going to keep him out about a month. He actually has to have surgery or a procedure done on it tomorrow.
It's Randy Scott and Gary Streisky back with you on SportsCenter. JB and the Knicks are in Denver taking on the Nuggets. The Knicks are 6-1 against Denver since 22-23. Best record by any team versus Denver. During that span, you heard the whistle. Nikola Jokic gets the hoop, gets the harm. Though the Nuggets were down by 5 in the second quarter, Jokic gets that to go. He got his, but Denver shot themselves out of this game. They went a stretch missing 17 straight three-point attempts. You know who wasn't missing anything? OG Anunoby. Knicks were up by 9. Cat had 17 points, 13 boards. OG Anunoby, dare I say, get to Jamal Murray here, who took tough contact. Look at the left ankle.
No
Twist
thanks.
that on the big foot of Big Honey.
Oh, man.
He had 12 points.
They just got Aaron Gordon back.
Exactly. He didn't play for many stretches. Cam Johnson also played in this game. Jamal Murray left in the second quarter, would not return. OG Anunoby would not slow down. Josh Hart found him there. Knicks up 15, and then Josh Hart getting in on the action. 15 assists, 9 points for Jaylen Brunson. Denver's going to lose by 39 points. It ties their largest home loss since 1998 when they welcomed the Bulls into town. MJ had 15. Here's David Adelman, not happy.
Yeah, that's not why we got our ass kicked. It was just because guys just let go of it. Like, they didn't compete. 3 minutes ago in the third quarter till all the way through the fourth, outside of Deron Holmes, I'd say nobody really competed. We did get good looks, just didn't shoot the ball well tonight. From the free throw line either. So if that's the case, then you have to win loose balls. We didn't do that. You have to keep them off the glass. We didn't do that. It wasn't good enough, and obviously that's what leads to something like this where a team just blows you out. So give them credit. They played well, and we sucked.
Won 8 of their last 10 games are the Knicks, who have won 7 of their last 10. They just handed the Nuggets on their home court a 39-point loss. How does New York stack up in the East?
I mean, like I said, right now, to me, in my opinion, it's between the Knicks, the Pistons, the Celtics, and the Cavs. And I think the Knicks, you know, depending on the draw in the playoffs, what seed they get, who they see, they have as good a chance as any. I just don't think they want to run into Detroit before the Eastern Conference Finals. If they have to see them, that could be a problem for them. But anybody else, I think Detroit is game. I think they have the complete roster, the team. Jaylen Brunson, I think if he gets them to the finals, if he can get them to the Eastern Conference Finals and to the NBA Finals, and if he wins it, he goes down as the greatest Knicks of all time, I think.
Whoa. Hold on. So,
I mean,
it's been a couple decades since they lifted it.
I can hear myself. I'm like, who am I throwing up there? Patrick Ewing?
Sure.
No ring. But you're going through. There's a lot of no ring when you're
no ring. Yeah, that's the separation right there. That's why I say if he can get that ring, that'll separate him from a lot of people.
There's really not an argument there.
Couldn't get farther away from New York for this last question here. You got a showdown in the West. Golden State at OKC tonight. It's on ABC. Still no Steph Curry for Golden State. Still coming back from the knee injury. What is the QR code for Steve Kerr to get that win in OKC?
First, I don't think it's going to happen, getting that win, but the QR code would be, I mean, the Warriors have to play out of their mind defensively, and then you need Podziemski to be the guy who he's been when he's been really good this season. He's had some games where Steph has been out, or even when Steph was there, where he jumped up and had 30-point games and big explosive games scoring the ball. So they need him to do that tonight. When Steph is not here, if he could be aggressive and be really good, that gives them a greater chance to win the game.
We have not seen Steph Curry play since late January. Meanwhile, the Oklahoma City Thunder, first place in the Western Conference, they've won 4 straight. Yeah. They welcome the Warriors into town.
Yes, they do.
Come on, QR. That's the QR code. He says it's not going to happen, but if it does. But if it does.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
See you next time.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
So Tyler Fulgham is with us.
And you hear that.
The new dad who looks well-rested.
Well-rested.
Little jealous.
Well-rested. Hey, let's start Warriors, Thunder. What do you like in this game, if anything?
I flash up my QR code, and it sounds like Quentin doesn't think the Warriors are going to be able to hang tight. Now, when you bet the Thunder, you got to lay a lot of wood. They're a 14.5-point favorite here, so I think they're going to win. The question is, will they win by 15 or more? I say yes. I think we can lay that big number with the Thunder in this spot at home. We know how depleted that Warriors roster is. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been back the last 4 games. He's played in 3 of them. They've won all 4. They haven't covered in any of them. Again, that's the problem with betting the Thunder. Not only do they have to win, but they got to win by 10, 11, 12, 15 points sometimes. I think they finally get their first cover with SGA back. They're at home. They have a rest advantage over a Warriors team that last played on Thursday, went to overtime against the Rockets. That's a physically draining game right there. I think they're limping into OKC, which is obviously a difficult place to play. So I think the Thunder finally get a cover with SGA back.
All right, good.